Okay, I've put this off for a long time because my 2020 was terrible. And I know it was terrible for everybody, but it was bad for me too. Almost excessively. I mean, I'm surprised the fucking universe did not end at the end of 2020, or like Y2K didn't happen with like a lag effect. Like, I'm surprised we're even still here, okay? And we might not be. This could just be the Matrix, and who knows. But, anyways, I was supposed to come out with this podcast a lot earlier, but I have a good reason for not doing it until now. Because my mother died. My mother's, she's a ghost now. So, I think that's a pretty good reason for not coming out with this. And my mom dying was the first person I've ever lost. Yeah, friend, family, it was my mom. And, she kind of, okay. Whew, I don't like talking about this crap because I don't really expose my emotional side and, like, stuff that goes on in my personal life. Because I don't think it matters in the business sense. But I guess considering the circumstances, I kind of have to be vocal about it. My mother died of cirrhosis of liver because she was an alcoholic. And it was pretty bad because she drank pretty heavily. When she drank, she would, like, physically abuse me and my grandparents. So, I guess on a cosmological scale, she deserved it. She definitely deserved it. In fact, I had to adopt all her animals. I have 3 extra cats in my house and a really ugly dog that I can't figure out if it's cute or not, or if it's ugly. I don't know. When it's sleeping, it's cute. When it's alive and barking, it's ugly. I don't know, man. It's like, it's weird. Whatever. I have a whole lot of shit to deal with because of my mom dying. You think, never mind. Look, that's why I didn't come up with the podcast. My mom croaked. Had to deal with some crap. Okay. First thing I want to address is Johnny. Johnny Guy John. I forget his name. He was the old manager of Coded Emotion. Realfaction is also another one of his names. He came out with a doc with the old Coded Emotion co-leader. First of all, some of the pictures showed from Skype, well, all the pictures showed from Skype were true. Like, that was 12 years ago. Like, I make no claims to have been a good company owner or even a mature person 12 years ago. Like, the only thing I knew 12 years ago was that I wanted to make games and that I was kind of a dipshit. So, yeah, like, 12 years ago, like, I make no claims or apologies for that shit. I was just kind of stupid and mean. As for the Discord stuff, taken out of context and explicitly shown in pieces to further his own end. Okay, Johnny, as far as I know and can speak for fact, he lied to me a lot. He posted on 4chan even though I told him not to. Because I don't post on 4chan. I lurk. I lurk all the time. But I have a special rule against posting on 4chan. I don't know why. It's not like I dislike the community. It's just that I don't think me posting would do anything. First of all, I can't prove it's me. Second of all, if I did post as me, it'd just be kind of... There's no point. And, like, he also posted on 4chan trying to push his own game forward. Hey guys, look, this is what the Anonymous Agony creator's making next. Like, no, dude, I know it's you posting. And then he lied to me. He's like, I'm not posting anything on 4chan. I was like, dude, you just stuttered your ass off. I can smell liars a mile away. So he lied to me. He was immature. I think he was using me for my... I don't want to even use the word popular. I have a cult following for Anonymous Agony. I think he was using that to further his own game. And I was going to make his game for him. I was going to help him out and do it. I mean, I'm good at making sprite games. I'm talented at it if I can ever focus. But what happened? Oh, right. I remember what happened. Me and our friends, which we had the same friend group, confronted him one day because he was being very emotionally abusive to people and, like, immature. And we confronted him and we asked him, look, dude, you gotta stop doing this stuff. You gotta stop being weird with females. You've got to stop being manipulating. Yeah, he called me manipulating, but, like, I'm so endearingly retarded, I can't manipulate anybody. Like, I'm not capable of manipulating another person. I can barely find my way around my house. I don't have the brain cells to manipulate people. I really don't. Like, I'm retardedly sincere. That's, like, my only trait. Anyways, after me and our shared friends, we had the same friend group at the time, confronted him, he went wild. He posted, "I'm gonna kill myself if somebody doesn't find me." I don't remember what he said. Like, I'll find the screenshot to share in this podcast, but he went ham. And he said he was gonna kill himself, and that was it. And honestly, I'm the one that had to call the police from Florida on his ass. He doesn't know that, but I'm the one that called the cops and had them find him to stop him from even... Look, I knew he was not going to kill himself. That's a whole nother fucking topic. I hate these deep topics. Hold on, I'm about to take a giant hit off my cigar because I started smoking! Ah, stress! Fuck, my cigarette went out. Hold on. He started saying he was going to commit suicide. And I knew he wasn't going to do it, but just because, I'm not going to take a risk with somebody's life, I called the cops from Florida and told them what he said and where he gave them his phone number, and they tracked his ass down. And then, I remember now what he said. He's like, "I'm going to play a game. If somebody can find out where I'm at, I won't kill myself. If they don't, I'm going to." So, after I called the cops and he got found by the police, he posted on Facebook, "Oh, somebody cheated with the game," and called the cops. Like, look, bro, I'm above this fucking elementary shit. Okay? It was kind of disgusting how he talked about human life and his own. And I know for a fact, when you actually want to commit suicide, you don't announce it. You do it quietly and you don't warn people. Because when you actually want to commit suicide, you want to slip away quietly. You don't want to harm anybody. And the most of all, you don't want to cause any more trouble for anybody else. And I know for a fact, because back in 2018, I tried to commit suicide and it didn't work. And happily, it gave me a weird experience. Let's just say I fucking drew things from the other side that equally terrified me and inspired me. Oh, God, it's weird to even say that vocally. I never wanted to even say that vocally, but failing to kill yourself kind of brings you back with a sense of absolute control of your life. I realized that my problems were temporary, and I could do whatever I wanted in this world, and I could accomplish anything. Albeit maybe at a retardedly slow pace, because I am like a fucking adorable puppy with Down syndrome and bad ADD. But regardless, what Johnny did was disgusting. And honestly, I hope the best for him. This is going to be the one and only time I mention his existence ever. But last I checked in on Johnny, he was in a car, going to some unknown location, staying with some unknown person, because his new house that he moved into from his mom's house had also become abusive and manipulating and been a bad person, because everybody in his life is bad for him. Everybody's manipulating and abusive. They don't do exactly what he wants. So yeah, here's a screenshot of the video I saw. I was like, God, dude, you're in a car going to some unknown place to live. Like, God help you. Moses help you. Buddha help you. Whatever religion or higher power you worship or believe in. Like, God rest your soul, bro. It's sad. But I'm not gonna... What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not going to let somebody like him define me, and I wish him the best, and I'm sure he'll pull himself out of the crap sooner or later. We all do, or we die. Unfortunately. Me, honestly, my circumstances speak for themselves. I've had the same 2-story house for 2.5 years now. I've had the same friends for longer than that. Some of my longest friends are 10 years on now. Had a same good job for 1.5 to 2 years. Like, I'm good. Like, I have a good, safe environment now. And if I was manipulating or abusive or anything, I wouldn't have this. Like, somebody's circumstances speaks volumes for them. So, with that out of the way, I've still been working on Anonymous Agony the entire time. Like, in fact, I think a leaked script... Yeah, another version of the script leaked. I think it was, like, near complete. I don't know. Like, I read some stuff on 4chan. People flipping out over it. I'm pretty sure it was the version from August of last year. I'm not sure. But it was mostly complete, if I can think. I did keep the free flow conversations from the last chapter separate, so I'm not sure if those leaked. Somebody said it was mostly incomplete, but it had parts from the last chapter, so I'm pretty sure I know what version leaked. But regardless, I've been working on it the entire time. At this point, the script is done. Mostly art's done. All the music is done. Yeah, okay. So to go on to more... Oh, man, I hate talking about serious, dreary shit like this. Johnny also brought up my criminal record, which I say criminal record, but I was accused of child abuse, but it was not convicted. Like I said, my mother was an alcoholic. She got very violent with people. So I was very used to being abused. So I had 2 kids, Rainey and Simon, with this girl, right? Who ended up being the same thing as my mother. I had to get court-ordered counseling at one point, and like the counselor told me, oh, I know your situation completely. You have a psychological need to fix women like your mother. I was like, whoa, bro. Whoa. First of all, fuck you, because that's fucking true, and I'm offended. Oof, yeah. Oh, I hate psychologists. Oh my god. They're like modern day witchcraft users. Like, bro, you just scanned me. I've been in your office for 5 minutes. Like, what in the hell? But it was true. It was kind of bad too, because when I don't like using the term baby mama, but when my baby mother, my fiance at the time, was pregnant with my first daughter, I told my grandma, I have a feeling her mom's going to try to take her away from me and, like, steal custody. And this girl was actually beating me for a long time. Like, I let her do it, because, like, I'm not really a violent person. Like, I don't like violence. Like, I would rather let people stomp on me than fight back, because I was used to it. So, this chick beat on me for a year, and her parents saw it and watched it, and then she ended up getting arrested. Yeah, she got arrested before I ever got arrested for hitting me in public with our daughter in the stroller. And she went to jail. And I went home with our daughter to her parents' house, because I was living with them at the time, alone. And you can imagine how well that went. So, the very next day, I can find the arrest reports. I'm going to block her name out because I'm not a giant douchebag. But I can show you the arrest reports of her getting arrested for assault, and then me getting arrested the next day for child abuse. And child abuse is a charge that if you even get accused of it, it's called a felony catch-all. So even without proof, you get arrested. So anyone can say, you abused this kid, you're going to jail. Pretty shitty, right? So I went to jail. It still wasn't convicted. I had to go through all these parenting classes and all this other shit. I did a lot of crap. And I don't have family down here. Like, my grandmother is old. My grandparents are the ones that raised me, and they had to move down south with my uncle because they got old. And my grandpa had surgery. He couldn't take care of it. It was bad. My grandparents are old. They're grandparents. They're old. You know, they're wrinkly. They're pruny. They don't operate at max capacity. So I had to stay in my mother's garage. And like I said, my mother's an alcoholic. Her house was dirty, festered, mangy animals. It was bad. Okay? She didn't trust anyone. So I had to stay in the garage, shower in a hose. I had to walk fucking 16 miles a day each way to go to my parenting classes, see visitation with my daughter. It was pretty bad, bro. Like, it was hard. Like, it was my circumstances, so I was not going to complain about it. I mean, it was nobody else's fault. I had no family down here. It was nobody else's fault. My mom was an alcoholic. It was nobody else's fault. So I kind of just dealt with it. And I did it. And I did good. Of course, I dealt with malpractice to the CPS. Lying about my progress. Lying about what I've done. Lying about what I completed. In fact, when I went to the parenting class teacher told me, wow, your relationship with your daughter is amazing. You've barely seen her and she's so attached to you. God. My ex's family, her stepdad was like in the waterfront mission. Like, he worked with a homeless shelter and like church services. And the mother was a teacher. So on paper, their family was great. And my mother was just a fucking alcoholic that abused people. So, of course, on paper, I was just, charted out to be a piece of shit. So I saw what was happening. and I kind of just didn't know how to deal with it. So I kind of just ended up, I just got run over, bro. I did everything despite my circumstances. I completed the case plan. They said I failed it. It was a whole situation, man. Like, I'm not going to get into this too much more, but that charge against me was not convicted. I do have 2 other criminal records, though. I was arrested for trespassing because I walked through this guy's yard. Fuck him, I'd do it again. I also got accused of stealing from Walmart. I did that because that was when I was living 16 miles away. I had to walk home, and I was hungry, so I stole food from Walmart. So I definitely stole food from Walmart. Minor guilt. Minor not giving a shit. It's Walmart. Like, they have plenty of money. Also this year, I got arrested for driving a lime green moped illegally. I was also guilty of that. Which is dumb. Like, I've only really been arrested for walking through this bitch's yard and, like, driving a lime green moped illegally, which is kind of foolish because it was lime green, so I don't know what I expected. Plus, it was on the Gulf Breeze Bridge, and Gulf Breeze police do not play games. Bro, let me tell you, they do not play games! They're vicious. They think they're real cops, and they think they're like FBI agents. Like, bro, they are out to give you tickets. Whew! So, I was in jail for 4.5 months for driving a lime green moped illegally, which I still find hilarious. I was listening to Fully Cooley music with a stealthy helmet, too. I wonder if the cop was just an anime fan and I offended them for, the weird mix of things. Lime green moped, Fully Cooley music, and stealthy helmet. Yeah, I would be offended, too. Whew. So, I've had a bad situation these past few years. When I got visitation from my daughter back, because my ex tried to take it away from me, first thing I did was, it was after I had the, the near-death experience, when I tried to off myself and it didn't work. I was like, you know what? I just kind of had a spiritual awakening, man. I was like, you know what? My mom abused me, whatever. If you abuse somebody you love, you're sick. Something's wrong with you. Nothing's wrong with me. It's okay, man. You can't punish the sick for being sick, because it just makes them sicker. So the first thing I did when I got visitation back was let my mom see my daughter. She was super happy, man. Like, all these pictures I have, I'm flashing them on the screen right now. Should be. Okay, my mom got better after that for a while. My ex hates my mom. Hated her. So when she found out that I let my mother see our daughter, she stopped visitation. Illegally, might I add you. I have all these court-ordered visitation court papers saying that I am court-ordered visitation for a minimum of 1 hour. 2 hours? I don't know. But she broke the rules. She stopped me from seeing my daughter because I let my mom see her, which was kind of sick in itself. And unfortunately, these are the last pictures I ever got of my mom. These are the last pictures we ever got of her healthy, and these are the last pictures I have. I should be putting a picture of little shrine I made her. We couldn't afford to bury her. We had to cremate her, which my mother did not want to happen. She was terrified of being cremated, but she's cremated. She's on my fireplace right now. But and we couldn't afford to bury her, which sucked. I tried really hard, but we just couldn't do it. So I made her a little shrine. That's my atelier wall scroll. Isn't it cute? Okay, enough of that shit. But my mom got better after that, because, my daughter knew she was the grandma. My mom was amazed at that, even though I tried to tell her, like, she's going to know who you are. She knew who I was, even though she'd barely seen me. Kids have this spiritual awareness and attunement. Attunement is the word I'm looking for. That they know things that they should know. But after that, after my visitation got stopped, my mom kind of fell back into her drinking habits. I mean, she had no reason to break out of it. She didn't see her grandkids. She never got to meet her grandson before she died because of my baby mama. I hate using that term, baby mama. Because of the mother of my kids. She never got to see her grandson. And she fell into a hole. It's not my baby mama's fault. It's not my fault. It's mainly my mother's fault. But it didn't help either. Like, in this planet, in this world, we're all responsible for each other. Like, if somebody's sick, you're supposed to help them if they accept the help. Like, thinking you're not responsible for other people just makes a sick, lonely world.
I'm actually inserting this part in later. And yeah, my microphone quality probably shot up because I found my USB headset. Yeah, sorry this whole podcast is like Frankenstein sewn together, but it's not the point. Let me tell you how this situation with Johnny actually started, okay? Like I said, I've worked with this guy a long time ago when I first started making games. And even back then, he was very weird with women. Because I guess he was a lonely, horny little... He wasn't a teenager. I was a teenager. He was... how old is he? I don't know. He was an adult. Or he was old enough for it not to be appropriate. He'd hit on every girl that was on the team. Make weird, half-flirty comments. It was a problem back then. But we were young, so it wasn't that big of a... It was a big deal. Okay, I'm not even going to say it wasn't that big of a deal. I wasn't mature enough to realize it was a big deal, and I should have stopped it and said something to him a long time ago. So no, I almost said something stupid. That was immaturity on my part. I didn't call him out beforehand. So I'm not that person anymore. So, he was still doing that shit. Albeit it was less in your face. So, like, it was easy for him to say, oh, I'm not doing that, blah, blah, blah. It's just your interpretation. But it kept happening. People kept messaging me that they were uncomfortable with him. He kept insisting, because he was the PR manager at the time, he kept insisting he talked to the female people. I could talk to the males, but he wasn't going to talk to the females. Because, ooh, he was a ladies' man. Yeah. One of his friends, it was our friend, told me that he got a shirtless picture from one of her friends, and he wasn't saying I'm gonna kill myself unless you send me pictures of your boobs, but he was kind of like, I'm so suicidal and sad. If you send me pictures, it would help. You know, the really snaky shit. Like, you don't have to do it, but it would make me feel like I don't have to kill myself if you did it. You know what? That lined up with all the other shit I'd heard about him and experienced firsthand, and the fact that I knew he was still doing that, even casually, in front of me. Of course, he's gonna do worse shit behind my back. That was enough for me to get rid of him as PR. I didn't fire him. I was gonna still help make his game and do all this shit. I just said you're off PR. Public relations. You're lying to me about posting on 4chan. It's just not gonna happen. I don't want you to interact with people anymore because it was inappropriate for him to interact with people anymore. He was fucking it up, and that was should have been the end of it. I guess he got mad and started talking to my ex-girlfriend or some shit. But anyways, what had happened was, sorry, that came out by accident. Jesus. That's what me and our friends confronted him about, his inappropriate behavior towards women. And that's when he flew off the handle and went to, play the game and do the whole, I'm gonna kill myself again unless you find me or somebody sends me boob pics. Either one, preferably both. Oh God, this guy was a mess. And worse off, when we had this whole falling out, I guess he has a way of whining to people about making himself seem like the victim. Of course, that's his greatest trait, victimizing himself and getting pity. But hopefully after you hear all these facts, it should be obvious to most of you that he's full of shit. I mean, I have more pick proof too. But yeah, we confronted him, he flew off the handle. He said I ruined all his friendships. Like, no, bro, you ruined your friendships when you tried to threaten suicide unless somebody found you, like you're fucking... What's that shit called? Like a fucking find me puzzle or some shit. Oh, where's Waldo? I find Waldo and he won't kill himself. Fuck. Like, it was gross. It was gross. So I found out at some point when he was becoming salty towards me, I guess when I got rid of him on PR, he started messaging my ex-girlfriend, my baby mama. All the shit I told you about her. Now, one of the last things my ex-girlfriend told me was that she was jealous of me, because she also wants to be a writer. And she was mad that I had shit published. She just straight up told me, I'm jealous of you. And that's the last thing she said to me. And here, I have email chains from her and Johnny that he sent me on his own for some reason. Like, if I had had this conversation doing the shit Johnny did, I wouldn't have just sent it to me. But he did. He's like, look, I've been talking to Amanda, and she said right there, first of all, she said right there, Jake's an amazing writer, but I should have been a writer too, blah, blah. I mean, I have value too. I mean, you're right, you do have value as a writer, but you're a terrible person. You refused letting my mom see her grandkids, which ended up killing her. in the long run, indirectly, at the very least, indirectly. You don't let me see them. You probably tell my kids I'm a piece of shit when I'm busting my ass to get them back, trying to make money doing what I love so I can teach them to do what they love and make money from it, and not just, conform to society. Like, maybe you're not a successful writer and you can't actually get it out because spiritually you know you're being a bad person. Like, your spirit and your conscience will weigh on you, dude. Like, I used to do fucked up shit when I was younger. Like, I made amends for that. I addressed it. And now my situation's fantastic. I live with a great friend. Her kids are great. Like, her daughter helped me stop drinking because, she gave a shit. And I am just a successful writer because I don't have anything to regret anymore. And when you do bad shit and you're jealous of people and you try to tear them down for being successful, you're not going to be successful. You're just going to feel like an asshole. Spiritually, you're going to just sink into a pit. So I'm almost sure, my ex-girlfriend, Amanda, helped make that dog, posted it around, just, try to tear me down for being successful. I'm successful because I do what I do because I love it, and I don't try to hurt people. If somebody else is successful, I'm happy for them. Like, good! I try to motivate everybody to be successful. When I was first making the game company, the one good thing I did was I tried to get all these aspiring people, musicians, artists, people that weren't really discovered yet, and I tried to say, let's do something great together with all the stuff we love, mixed together so we can have this huge project out, unified with all these passions. It'll be fucking wonderful. That's why I got so much help in the beginning, because I was sincere. I didn't want to just succeed and step on people. I wanted to succeed with other people who were doing what they passionately loved. And people pick up on that, man. Like, I got a lot of free work. Not because I was manipulating them or lying, just because I was like, this is the first shit I've ever made. You haven't been in anything professional either. Let's do some shit together. It was awesome. And it did good. Like, it worked out. But Johnny was just parasitic. He was treating women like that, lying about posting on 4chan. Oh, and the biggest thing he did, which is the main reason, him mistreating women is the main reason you shouldn't work with him professionally. The biggest reason is when we had our falling out, because he posted Anonymous Agony on his Steam account. He pulled Anonymous Agony. He made a comment saying, Anonymous Agony will never see the light of day again. It's canceled forever. Which, he basically stole my project, saying he had the rights to say it was canceled. Like, bitch, I pulled out the fucking... Let me see if I probably have the copyright information. I filed copyright on every Anonymous Agony file 11 years ago. Like, I got my bases covered for my creative works. So I sent that to him, and then he kind of backed down. He's like, alright, I'll give that control to you. Just remove my name from the credits. I was like, fuck, okay, I'll double remove your name from the credits. I'll put a giant blank spot. I'll just cut the whole name out and make it apparent that I cut somebody out of this shit. So, that's the biggest thing. He'll throw a temper tantrum. He'll throw a temper tantrum. Damn it. English. I get worked up and speak very fast. He'll throw a temper tantrum and steal your fucking shit and say he'll cancel it on your behalf. It's a joke. So, just a warning about him. And what he tried to, get all these people to quit my project. He did succeed in making me lose a couple voice actors and actresses. One person, Millie's old voice actress, she was really dumb. Okay, apparently she had already removed me from Facebook because allegedly she saw a Facebook video of me saying nigga. Okay, well, first of all, she's like, I'm not gonna associate with some white man saying nigga. First of all, it wasn't me. Second of all, you saying a white person can't say the word nigga, but other people can, even if it's used endearingly, is racist. Newsflash, you're racist. I don't want to work with you anyways. So, second of all, there's no point even discussing the morality of saying the word nigga in any context because it wasn't me. It was my roommate. And let me show you a video of my old roommate. He was great. We're still friends, but he was a character. He was a character. I'll explain with one video.
Alright, I'm so dirty. Don't video me.
okay, dude.
No video.
No, dude, you walked a tire home to exercise.
Yeah, I'm trying to get big, bro. Like,
you're waking up.
I'm trying to get big.
You're waking up on
I got these abs from sitting around.
You're waking up on a Sunday to carry. You're waking up on a Sunday.
On a Sunday morning, I will be up at 4 a.m. Catch me on Davis Highway. I will be carrying a 14 some shit tire all the way from the McDonald's to Johnson.
What the?
That's just how I do, bro. Ain't no fucking half-ass, bro. I'm gonna get my body right.
Your willpower is bullshit.
Look at me now. I'm dirty as fuck from carrying this fucking.
You carried a fucking tire home. It's okay.
Halfway home, bro.
What is even wrong with you?
I'm trying to get big, bro. Fuck the bullshit.
You are interesting. You can't.
All I have to say is I can't. Never did shit, bro.
You have the willpower of a goddamn rhinoceros.
First of all, I take no responsibility or no responsibility for this guy who carried a tire home at 2 a.m. so he could get big. I take no responsibility for him. And second of all, he's kind of dumb, but he's the most loyal friend I have. And if he's saying the word nigga out of endearment or who he's hanging out with, and you're gonna judge him for that, you're a bad person. I'm sorry. Like, if somebody doesn't mean something racistly, don't take it racistly. And you probably knew there was no harm in it, based on the tone. Okay? All races and genders are equal, and words are just words. You've got to, dig out the meaning behind them. People don't always say what they mean. And besides, this guy, Tire Man, he's not thinking too deeply about racism. He's trying to be a bro. A little too hard. So that was funny. Somebody that's apparently professional now dropped the project without even saying anything because of that. And then just commented on the doc. I was like, sorry girl, you're unprofessional and you're racist yourself. So that was a funny situation.
So yeah,
besides
that's
that,
really why
lost
my
like one other
progress
voice
has been
actor.
delayed.
So nobody that really
And
mattered.
there's more. Oh man, there's more shit. There's more shit that has gone on. You know what? But before that, let me show you my house. I took a video of my house a few months back, and I'm gonna show you my house now. This is the 2-story house I've had for 2 years. I'm super comfortable here. It's my favorite place. There's lots of stuff. Check it out. I have a lot of time because my roommates are ready to be home. My roommate, single. Okay. Here's my house. The front of it. Okay. This part doesn't matter. I actually live in a pretty nice neighborhood, but that doesn't matter. Okay. Let's explore, I guess, the bathroom. Okay. This is a bathroom. Don't mind the blood. Some crazy Russian clown tried to kill me, and I actually dyed my hair red out of his blood. See, there's more of the blood. No, it's just hair dye. I don't know if I can actually dye my hair with clown blood, but if I find out I can, I'll let you know. Okay, jacket, shoes. We will explore the upper realms first. Shit. Wee light. Okay. I have stairs. I always wanted a house with stairs, but I don't really want them anymore. Closet. There's nothing in here. I actually have an attic. I guess I'll explore the attic. Demons and all. Demons, I'm coming up. It's your boy. Don't attack me. I was here. Well, you were here first, but I pay rent, so don't be an asshole. Okay, check it out. Attic. Fuck. Alright. Ooh, almost fell. Okay. There's a light up here. It's cold up here. Oh yeah, all the spiritual energy. Here's my attic. It's not really much going on up here. Just the AC and some storage. Alright, demons, I'm out. Peace. Sorry to intrude on your demonology. Oh shit, almost fell again. Oh man, I'm not good at this. Okay. Alright. Okay, alright. Oh, shit. Hold on, I'm having trouble. Shit, how do you... Hold on. Hold on. Ladder! Please! Damn it. I don't go up here a lot. Alright. Cool. Alright. Anyways. Upstairs bathroom with a shower. I don't use this often. So kind of roommates. Yeah, she threw up yesterday, so there's kind of chunks of her insides everywhere. And shower. I live with a stripper, so she sometimes just loads her clothes everywhere, like they do. Shower. Yeah, okay. Bathroom. Nobody cares. Okay, my room. Computer. Desk. My daughter gave me that. Carol and Tuesday stand, because that's one of my favorite animes. Pisces bookmark. Window. Lamp. Bed. I'm not the cleanest person, but I'm not the messiest either. But, yeah, my cat kind of makes a mess. Whatever. Miku, because Miku's best girl. Actually, funny story. Our neighbor over there, their Wi-Fi's, what is their Wi-Fi? Kase de Hatsune Miku. Yeah, at one point we were going to offer them this picture to use their Wi-Fi before we got Wi-Fi. But, yeah, we didn't do that. Closet. As you expect, clothes. That's it. Okay. Cat harness. Okay, that's it for my simple-ass room. Okay, to the lower realms. Back to the lower realms. Cat! My favorite thing in the house. Come back. Okay, he knows he's being recorded. You are on tape. How does it feel? Hello? Oh, okay. He must be camera shy. Okay, anyways. I've got a cool kitchen window. Washer and dryer. Basic stuff. Kitchen, moderately sized. There's food and shit. Living room. Bunch of messy clothes and stuff I haven't organized. A dartboard. I don't have darts. A fireplace. Check this out. I just slid. When I moved in here, I didn't think this was real. I was like, is this for decoration? Is it? I've never lived in a house with an actual fireplace. And I was like, wait a minute. It's like, it's real. It is real. I've tried it. I've used it twice. That's it. I should use it more. Yeah, I have a real fireplace. Isn't it cool? I have lots of posters of Asian Kung Fu Generation box art, album art. I love their artist, whoever it is. Their album art's super cool because there's always so much shit going on, like zebra leggings, tennis shoes, a bird flying away with a schoolgirl outfit, a monkey with a gun. Yeah, there's lots of shit going on. It makes no sense. I have another one over here. This one's my favorite album art of theirs. Also lots of shit going on. Birds, wire, owls, space. You could probably find lots of shit. Okay, my PS4. I just beat the Final Fantasy VII Remake, so that's my life. And I'm playing Persona 5. I don't play many games anymore, but those are on the top of my list. My dinner. Gross. Like I said, I don't play a lot of games anymore. But I've got a decent... Well, these are mine. Those are my roommates. These are mine. My DVDs. My cat thing. I occasionally perched myself on my cat's thing. Look at him. He's so mad that I'm recording him. Tara! Tara! Yes, you're on video. How's it feel? He is pissed. Oh, the mattress. Lots of people come to my house and just stay over. So, one time I just brought a mattress I had upstairs, downstairs, and it just kind of stayed here the whole time. So yeah, when people come over, I'm like, yo, got a mattress already on the floor, ready for you. So you don't have to sleep on my shitty $12 couch. What else? Oh, okay, one more thing. I'm trying to start gardening, so I have amaryllis flowers, which is my daughter's middle name. I love amaryllis. They're super cool. It died, because I let them die. But this one's starting to grow back, and this one's having trouble. But, anyways, what else? Bookshelf. That's my cat's cat blanket. He used to sleep on it, but now he just stays in the corner. I don't know why. Final Fantasy VII Collector's Edition. Atelier Lilua, another one of my favorite series, because I love pretty girls. Adorable moe shit. And I like making pies that blow up when you throw them at people. Something's just fun about that. Bungo Stray Dogs, one of my favorite shows. Books. Children of the Whales, one of my favorite series. I have Spirit Circle, and it's usually up here. Spirit Circle is probably my favorite manga series. Tied with Erased. I don't know where Spirit Circle is, though. I think my roommate's borrowing it. Kingdom Hearts posters, because I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan. I need to get them framed, and those too. That's it. I don't really have much in this house, but it's a nice 2-story, 2-bedroom house. I've had this place for about a year. My name's on the lease. It's all mine. I let roommates come and go as I please, because I'm the lord of these lands. Well, I'm not the lord of these lands. I'm the sub-lord of these lands, but I have to pay rent. But still, I've had this place for a year. It's cool. I'm happy with it. It's my humble abode. Oh, I guess I should show you guys this. So, I kind of punched a hole in the wall. And at first, the sticky note said, "There's not a hole here. You're full of it." But now I was like, you know what? Fuck it. There's a hole here. And as you can see, there's a hole here. Yep, that's my house. Holes and all. Yep, that's about it, man. Okay, I'm out. Like I said, those videos are 2 months old. So I have lots more stuff now. Like, my mother died and left me a lot of shit. So I have lots of shit now. Like this adorable wolf with a rose in its mouth. Oh, man. I have lots of stuff now. My house is very full. Okay, let's skip to the next part. This part's great. So, I got a roommate, okay? This roommate was a stripper, which it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But some strippers have extreme emotional issues. And I say some. You know, some people can shake their ass and make money and, you know, be fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, whatever, man. If socially programmed men want to pay to see nude women, more power to both of them. But, you know, some strippers have no choice in the matter of their work. And they don't want to do that. They just feel like they have to. So, I worked with this girl at Sushi Masa. And she was... First of all, she liked me. I didn't know that. And she had all her stuff in her car. She had just moved out of her boyfriend's house, was apparently abusive. She's like, all your shit's in your car? Okay. She came over one night with some of her other friends. She's like, you need a roommate? I was like, I actually do need a roommate. All your shit's in your car? You were abused by your boyfriend? That's terrible. Move in with me. You know, I didn't realize now the fact that she had all her shit in her car and she was living with a friend should have been a red flag to me. But it was. All my friends told me it should have been a red flag, Jake. It should have been a red flag. It was a red flag. I know. I understand now. Plus, she had to go to 2 other houses while she lived with me to get her other shit. 2 other houses where she lived in and things had gone wrong, which should have been another red flag. I was like, wait a minute, you had to go to 2 other places besides the boyfriend's house you moved out from to get your stuff because these places were abusive too? This sounds familiar is what I should have said. Oh, no red flags here. Whatever, man. Yeah, they were the wrong ones. You know, it's been, 4 months and you've been in 3 houses? Yeah, nothing's off here. She moved in. It was great for a while. She was a good friend. We both liked anime. We watched stuff on the sofa. We got a little bit romantically involved. I ended up sleeping with the girl, which it was consensual for both of us. So I found out later that she was trying to mess around with me and her ex-boyfriend. She'd, you know, have the ex-boyfriend over, do stuff with him, and then watch stuff on the sofa with me, putting her legs over me. Can I put my legs over you? Platonically, of course. Wait, the platonically comment wasn't made until later. When I found out she was messing around with both of us, I talked to a good friend of mine, Sincere. Yes, his name is Sincere, with a C. Which I think is an awesome name. I don't care what any of you think. It's awesome. Very anime and cool. And it suits him. It would be funny that my best friend's name is Sincere, of all things. Here's a picture of us. Yeah, he's the black guy in the back with the sunglasses. I'm the doofus white guy. Okay, enough of that. Anyways, while my mother was dying of liver cirrhosis, she was having him over, sleeping with him in the room across from me. And I was like, you know what? This is over. I brought her outside one night. So I brought her outside one day. And I said, you know what? This is over. There's no more romance between us. There's no even chance of it. I shut it down. I said, we'll still watch stuff, but it'll be less often. I thought the situation was done after that. In fact, I'm the kind of person that I trusted my friends. I always ask their advice whenever I do anything. I make sure I go over the people I trust. I trust in them. I say, hey, am I being stupid? It was crazy. I trusted my friends so much. And Sincere's he's the type of person that's super aware of the universe and people, and is usually pretty indifferent to people. He grabbed me by the shoulders. He's like, Jacob, your mother's dying. She's sleeping with another guy across the room from you. You would have sunk into a despair and a depression if you don't shut this shit down. You're gonna sink into a hole. You won't come out of it if you don't stop. I was like, well, bro, you care way more than I thought you cared. But you're right. I'm gonna do it. So I did it. But things got progressively worse after that. I mean, I cooked this girl breakfast and her boyfriend breakfast. I cleaned. They made messes in my house. They cooked in my kitchen. They didn't clean up after themselves. That's all stuff I could overlook. But at one point, she brought a snake in my house and didn't tell me first. And then she had the nerve to say, if your cat hurts my python, I'm gonna kill your cat. I was like, first of all, bitch, it's a python. Like, on a cosmological evolution scale, your fucking snake's gonna win. Don't threaten my retarded cat. So she knew it hurt me and it pissed me off. So she said it again, just to get under my skin. At this point, I started, have relations with another girl I was going to see on Christmas. I think that made her mad. I'm not sure, but the fact that she threatened my fucking innocent cat. Sorry, bitch, my cat was here first and it'll be here after you. And guess what it is? Cat's still here and you're not, bitch. Anyways, I was mad. So I asked all my friends if I was being rational and being upset and mad. And they all said, yes, you are being rational. You're allowed to be pissed off. It's not okay. The cat was there first. I was like, okay, cool. I'm allowed to be pissed off. So I was kind of pissed off. I still ignored it. It got bad, dude. It got badder and worse and worse. Finally, she bitched at me because I ate 2 of her rice cakes. Chocolate rice cakes, which are actually very good. Now, in her defense, she did tell me not to eat any of her food because she was going on a trip to North Carolina. And I woke up super hungover one night, and I was like, ooh, rice cakes. So I ate some of the chocolate rice cakes. And then she had the nerve to text me at work saying, you ruined our trip. We're not going to have anything to eat now. I was like, bitch, I ate 2 rice cakes. You had tons of food. If me eating 2 rice cakes ruined your trip was doomed to begin with. You know what? I'm sorry that my 2 rice cakes ruined your trip. You should plan your trip better. Anyways, at this point, I don't feel emotionally safe with you. I want you to move out. I'm not going to kick you out. You can move out as comfortable as you want to. In fact, I have the text right here. Here, check it out. I even blocked her number out because I'm not a bitch. I was very reasonable with her because I was supposed to go on this trip with her. I had a very important thing that I needed to do. I needed to see a really dear friend up there and make amends to a couple of friends I wronged in my bad days. It was a very important trip. And she even said, I think this would be good for you in your writing. But whenever she got pissed off, she kind of held this shit over my head and threatened me. Oh, do you still want to go on the trip with us? Blah. It was bad. It was like emotional abuse, like at its finest, man. So I was like, you know what, man, I don't feel comfortable with you in my house, man. I want you to move out. Like, she was going to move back in with her boyfriend at the end of the month anyway, so I was like, whatever, it's fine. I don't want you in my house. She threatened my cat. Fuck you. I ate 2 rice cakes and you're throwing a fit, and you make messes in my house and bring pythons in my house. Like, you're a piece of shit. I don't want you in my house. I thought it was simple as that. So as soon as I asked her to move out, she said, mindful of you, yeah, I'll just say it. She said, oh, funny after you assaulted and raped me. I was like, oh, I assaulted and raped you. 2 months ago when we had sex during the hurricane. Yeah, I definitely raped you. Okay, sure. She only said this after I asked her to move out. So, texting me at work. I was like, I'm at work. I'm not dealing with this shit. So, I went back to work. I was in the bathroom texting because I do that shit. I couldn't do it for long, though, so I went back to work. So, her and her fucking meat patty boyfriend show up at my work, screaming that I'm a rapist and, like, I raped her. Luckily, my managers are a sassy, bald gay man who is very immune to bullshit, and an older country woman that's also immune to bullshit. So, Twan, the manager, is like, oh, he raped you 2 months ago, and you went back to live with him. That's funny. He asked you to move out? Okay, and apparently he raped you after he asked you to move out. And you show up at his work instead of calling the police. Get off our property. He saw right through that shit. It was glorious. And Tanya, the other manager, Saw right through that shit. So they're out there trying to slander me, saying, oh, a rapist works here. And they're just like, yeah, we don't give a fuck if he raped you. He didn't rape you here. Go call the police. Which was brutal as fuck. But also kind of hilarious because they knew I didn't do that. So they end up calling the cops on them and giving them trespassing warnings. Okay, to fast forward, my manager's like, don't go back home. Do not be alone with this woman again. If you're alone with her, she could do anything. You could go back home and she could have bruises and she could say you came back home and beat her. So I go back home with a coworker to stay with her, Tori. Tori's great. She's one of my best friends now. A single Hispanic mom of 3. My God. First of all, she's hot. Look at her. I mean, I don't give a shit about hot people. Like, they're indifferent. I'm indifferent to, like, sex and hot things. But she is. I went back with her, left my cat there. Yeah, I went back with her, left my cat there, which was foolish, because all my friends told me they could kill your cat or let your cat out, and just, that's it. And that cat's important to me. It was my first and only pet. When I died, I literally was dead for a few hours, and I tried to kill myself, and I came back. My mom got me that cat. So it was with me the entire time recovering. And my body had a lot of shit to recover from, and I couldn't really get out of bed, and that cat was there. At one point, I got locked out of the house, and the cat screamed to let me in. The cat's name was Tara. It's my fucking best friend. And the roommate knew that, and knew, just she could threaten it to hurt me. So I went back by my house. We drove by, and she was there alone without her boyfriend. I was like, oh, this is a trap. I'm not going home. Funny, I rape you, and you stay at the house alone. That's funny. Luckily, I was prepared for this. She knew about my game design work. She knew about Anonymous Agony. She knew about the anti-rape themes. So she knew she could do this. And the fact is, based on how she did this, she's done this fucking cry rape thing before. And unfortunately, guys, I'm kind of excited to talk about this because I want to warn anybody else about this situation. Any woman can cry rape. And it's becoming increasingly common. Rape in the 90s was very, very common with men. It was bad. And it's getting better now, but now it's kind of shifting to a different problem. Lots of toxic women can just cry rape. And a lot of times it works. And if I hadn't approached this situation correctly and been prepared for it, it could have been horrible for me. If I'd gone home and she had bruised herself up and said I did it, I would have went to jail for something I didn't do. Luckily, I have a sixth sense now about this shit. And I know better, and I have good friends that protect me. So I saw her there alone. I didn't go home. I went home with Tori. I ended up going back and get my cat later when they weren't home. It was fine. And Tori she's still one of my best friends. So I installed cameras in my house. They were going on that trip to North Carolina. So when they left, I was like, I'm buying security cameras for my living room and my bedroom. And I did it. And I told her when she was gone. So I have security cameras in the house for everybody's protection. And she got mad. She got pissed off. You gotta inform the landlord before you install cameras. Like, I'm sorry, you're a victim of rape. I'm sure this would make you feel more comfortable. Wi-Fi cameras monitored live by certain people and law enforcement. You're not more comfortable now that there's security cameras in the house? No, what she was mad about is that she couldn't lie and catch me in more shit. And I could protect myself. And sure enough, those cameras saved my ass. So when my mother ended up dying, which happened 2 days before they ended up coming home, my grandma was in the house. And I had these security cameras up. And her boyfriend is in the Navy, which I still haven't decided if I'm going to inform his superior officer or not yet. But her boyfriend's in the Navy. She always told me, I didn't even want to date him for a while because he's killed people. So he's a meat patty. He's huge. He's like, huge meat patty. I've killed people, blah, blah, blah. I'm not afraid of violence. Like, that shit doesn't work on me. Like, he knew he can't do shit to me or he's going to go to jail. So he doesn't care. They come back after I informed them I have security cameras now and I want them gone. And they show up on camera, packing their shit. He starts saying shit to my grandma, like my 80-year-old grandma that just lost her daughter, saying, I'm going to go downstairs and kill your grandson. It was disgusting. In fact, here's the security footage of him destroying my fuse box.
Hey,
Anyways, I'll use $75. Give me a bit. It's upstairs.
And me 200.
Huh?
200.
Yeah. You move out and get my notebook back. On your way out.
The utilities are 300.
No, Grandma, don't even talk to her. Okay.
Well, I pay them.
I got the cameras up. Go. 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 Right up. Go, Grandma.
We shouldn't have to trash the damn thing. I just cleaned it up.
Let her do it. She's on video doing the shit. Go on.
On a legal video, but...
Yeah. I'm allowed to record my living room.
Oh, look, all my wash cloths. You see how this is all mine.
Oh, no. Go upstairs.
You see how I own all of this. I own. Funny.
Oh.
You better get your mom shit.
Huh?
I love her. Crazy how this is not yours.
He broke my fuse box to try to take my cameras out. But dumbass didn't realize the cameras, when they lose power, they're battery operated for up to 12 hours. Check this out. By some grace of some higher power, one of my close friends, Zach, father of two, great married couple, I'm friends with both of them. He happened to be watching the cameras live. So I was having to hold the fuse box button on to bring the power back, and me and my grandma had to tape it on. And he talked, because you can talk through the cameras. You can speak through them, like they're microphones. They pick up audio, video, and you can talk to them. He talked to me through the camera in the living room. He's like, Jake, call me right now. Call me. He's like, do you have a fuse box on your wall right there? I just saw him rip something off the fuse box, and the power went dead. That shit's on camera, man. This shit's on camera. So this douchebag got caught on camera fucking up my fuse box, which is a felony, by the way. And he kept trying to get me outside to fight me. I was like, look, bro, you're bigger than me. You'd win in a fight, but if you're... Come on, pussy. Hurt me in front of my cameras. Come on. If you want to really hurt me and kill me, do it live. I'm ready. That made him mad. Like, I don't believe in violence, and I don't like stupid people that don't think for themselves. And roommate stripper girl, obviously is very manipulating. It has people wrapped around her finger. And she likes people she can control. And, you know, Meat Patty's dumb, but he was always nice to me. He was always nice to me and polite. He helped me carry groceries in, and it was kind of sad to me that this was even happening to him. Because if I had a girlfriend that said she was raped, I'd be pissed off too. And I was kind of just disgusted at the situation that she would lie about something like that. It's gross. It's really disgusting to the highest caliber, and it pisses me off. But I also don't support... And I didn't come to this conclusion until later. I had to talk to my friends about it to see if I should really feel any hatred or anger towards him. And they told me, you should. Ignorance is no excuse for violence. He should wise up and, you know, get a brain. And he's right. He scared my grandmother after she had just lost her daughter, after I just lost my mom. And honestly, I'm glad I pissed him off. When people threaten violence on me and they do stupid shit, I kind of just give this shit-eating smile. Honestly, I guess I kind of adopted some of Hayes' traits. It's bad. It pisses people off. I kind of like it, and they kind of deserve it. Because I'm usually a pretty easygoing, happy-go-lucky person. So I just smiled at him. I was like, all right, man, hurt me in front of my cameras. I'm ready. Come on. It's live. You'll have it on video to show all your fucking military friends. He just got pissed off and left. Like, he just, like, nah. He left. And... during the time this was happening, I had my cat out of my house. Like, I had a good 6 instinct at these cameras 2 days before they showed up. Got my cat out of my house, and I had good friends watching my back on those cameras, and it saved my ass. They could have said anything. My grandmother wasn't... Oh, I forgot the best part. A long time ago, my longest time friend, Emma, I've known her for 10 years. She was my second girlfriend. She wrote me letters every day for about a year and a half. and sent them to me on my birthday. And it was really, those letters are really precious to me. So after I had my near-death experience, I wrote her letters back for about a year and a half. I had it compiled into a journal. Oop, I said the roommate's name. Oops, I had to cut that out. I said the roommate's name, and I'm not ready to share her name yet, because, I believe in giving people a chance to reform themselves. Anyways, roommate senpai, stripper-san, took this journal I wrote with all of Emma's letters I wrote to her, and held it hostage, and demanded I give her $200, plus an extra $75 for the TV I bought for her boyfriend, or she'd destroy the journal. She held it in front of my face and smiled, knowing how important it was to me. It was kind of sickening. So Tori shows up, the single Hispanic mom of 3. And I asked her for help to show up, be a second pair of eyes. So she's like, Jacob, go out there and defend yourself. What are you doing? And I told her about the journal and how scared I was and that she had it. Tori, let me tell you what Tori did. Tori went out there screaming at her in the front of my house. He did not rape you. You probably just cheated on your boyfriend and don't want to accept it. Give him his fucking journal back, you stripper bitch. I have a real job. All you have to do is shake your ass for money. Tori got mad as shit. Her Hispanic accent came out, which was awesome and cool as fuck. And the boyfriend, he said some shaking shit, which I'm still not ready to let go of yet. For example, he said, I could pay somebody $500 to kill both of you. And he's in the military, so meaning it seemed like he was truthful, meaning he knows people that would kill other people for $500, which I'm going to still report that. Like, that's a threat on my life. Tori heard it, and my grandmother heard it. And in fact, I think the cameras even picked it up on the audio, because there was a camera right by the front door. So that's not something I'm going to let him get away with. I'm not going to let somebody threaten my friend and my grandma. And, just outwardly say you have assassins that like, come assassinate me, good luck, please. Like, do me a favor. Like, the fact that he even said that was gross. And, leading up to this, roommate-san, stripper senpai, was saying all this horrible stuff in text. Here, I'll show you some of the screenshots. You're never going to get your kids back, blah, blah, blah. You have no friends, you have such bad karma. I see why your life is such consistent shit. Like, bitch, before you moved into my house, all your possessions were in your car. Like, I've had the same house for 2.5 months. I have this friend obviously defending the shit out of me. Like, my circumstances proved themselves. She was pissed off that I had a friend show up to defend me. It made my grandma start crying. She hugged Tori and said, I'm so grateful for you. I'm so happy that my grandson has a friend like you. She also said, you should marry Tori. But, like, no, me and Tori are not like that. Like, she's got too much big dick energy for my gay ass. But she is a dear friend. And my grandma ended up having to write this chick a check for $275 to get the journal back. But Tori saw how scared I was to lose that journal because I can't ever replace this. Honestly, $200 is nothing to get this journal back for somebody I really love. And it made her mad. It made the roommate mad that I had all this protection and help. And honestly, people that do this to other people, their life is consistent shit anyways. And when this stuff happens, she tried to tell me, don't you dare tell this, don't you dare post about this on Facebook or talk about this, I'll get you for slander. No, when this shit happens to you, if a similar situation happens to you, protect yourself and get cameras in your house no matter what. Be vocal with everybody you trust. Don't let yourself be scared into silence, because that's how people like this get away with this stuff. And it's scary, because roommate-san, she was trying to gaslight me in fucking text, like, you're mentally ill, blah, blah, blah. I'd say shit to her, like, look, I'm not romantically interested in you, I was over you for a long time ago, you have traits I could never accept in a partner. And then she would repeat the same stuff I said right afterwards. And, like, the texts are dated. So, like, it's not like I can lie about this. I can clearly share it. So she'd repeat the same stuff I said about her to me and then try to call me mentally ill. I was like, first of all, bitch, I know I'm mentally ill. And I'm mentally ill in all the funnest ways. All the best ways. Second of all, you can't gaslight me because I already know I'm fucking crazy. So good luck. Good try. The fact is, though, that somebody this toxic and manipulating and evil does exist, and they're more common than you want to accept. And gaslighting is a very real psychological attack on people, and a weaker-willed person could have been gaslit, and it would have been bad. This can lead people to suicide, ruin their careers and reputation. If I hadn't done all the right things in the right order, I would have been accused of rape. I would have went to jail. But she couldn't catch any charges. She couldn't file charges on me. It didn't work. It was obvious that she was lying to people. And me installing those cameras, how she responded, her being vocal and being stupid about what she said, saved my life. Saved my ass. And honestly, everybody needs to protect themselves from this shit. Because, I'm lucky that it was me. And, I knew what to do in this circumstance. And I've thought about it in the past. And despite all the shit, I wish her the best, and I hope she pulls out of this shit, just like I wish Johnny the best. But I'm not going to be defined by people like that. I'm a bright, charismatic person, and I'm pretty good. I may be like a retardedly adorable puppy with Down syndrome and ADD, but hey, I don't ever mean anybody any harm, man. And shit takes care of me. But that's been my whole 2020, 2021. That's why I haven't made progress. Mom becoming a ghost, crazy strippers trying to ruin my life. Whew, cats almost dying. Jesus, man, it's been bad. Anyways, moving on to actual anonymous agony information. The script is done. Mostly art is done. Music is done. Environments are mostly done. I need to sit down and relearn the engine. I inherited my mother's house, so I have a house that I don't have to pay rent on. I can live in and work comfortably. I just have to channel some focus. I do have really bad ADD, and it's unmedicated because I don't like medication. Also, I forgot something else. Johnny tried to tell me tried to tell people I was on drugs. You can look at my fucking criminal record. I don't have any drug charges. I don't have a drug problem. I have an alcoholic problem. I drink a lot and I smoke. I'm always gonna smoke, but alcohol I do need to stop. It did kind of murder my mother, but on another note, I don't get drunk and hit people and abuse them. I just kind of get drunk and cry and sleep. So, I don't know. I don't think the higher powers are going to kill me for drinking, but I should still stop. But that's my only issue. People like Johnny and people like my roommate, they'll...
Oh, and here's my PSN. Anybody's free to add me. Everything I do is public. I don't hide anything. So, there you go. See how freaky I am with my weird anime games. Anyways, you guys stopped me anyways. I just decided to leave the door unlocked. So there you go.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm recording this part about 8 months after the original podcast, actually. I felt like I had more to add, and I felt like it wasn't time to upload it, and I was right. So before I get into the serious stuff, can I just bring it up again? That crazy stripper, the evil stripper, actually threatened to kill my cat. Come on. Sorry, bitch. He was here before you, and he's gonna be here after you. And guess what? He still is. Plus, he has a son. So, you also threatened to kill his unborn son, which is just fucked up. And she tried to say I have bad karma. I'm sorry. You say that, your karma scale immediately goes to the negative. I don't even think you can recover from that. It's like a 2 credit score. You're just yeah. Anyways, when my mother passed, I inherited her house. And Tori, the badass single mom of 3, I now live with her and her 3 kids, and I have been for about 8 months, and it's been great. Well, it's been very stressful because 3 children is a lot to help deal with, but it's been emotionally positive, and it's nice to have a household that's positive for you and not toxic. It's the first time I've ever had that, and I never had much of a family growing up, so I didn't have to fight for these people to call me family, include me as family, consider me family, and that was nice. Even though a lot of bad stuff happened to me in the past, it brought to me the best people in my life I've ever met. So it wasn't without purpose. So I'm actually grateful for the experiences. And the situation overall showed me that there is some kind of higher power in control, and you get what you deserve. I don't know if the higher power is Jesus, Raptor Jesus, some advanced AI, Buddha, a cat girl, or all of them. I don't know. I don't care. Something is watching over shit, like karma or whatever, and I'm grateful for it. Like, I knew I found a real friend when that single mom of three who was struggling to make ends meet, stressed out of her mind, showed up to defend me. Even though she had a sunshiny nature, generally a very bright person, went ham. Went absolute ham. Because I don't like confrontation. I usually buckle under it and let people walk all over me, and she helped me out. And Johnny sprouted a lot of crap, but the one thing that was true is I have struggled with alcohol addiction. Like, I mean, lots of people do, but like, it's in my genes, so it's like bad for me. What was really messed up is even after my mother died from alcohol abuse, I kept drinking. And at that point, I kind of just thought to myself, well, if that's not going to get me to stop, maybe it's just hopeless. Maybe this is just my fate to die like my mother from a liver failure. In fact, maybe I'll beat her by 20 years. I honestly kind of just gave up, because if anything should snap you out of it, it should be that. But then I remembered that the first time I let my mom meet her granddaughter, even though I hated my mom for a long time, I finally realized she's a victim herself. Like, you don't hurt people you love because you want to. You do it because you're sick. And instead of, punishing her for being sick, I just let her see her granddaughter. And then only after she died, I found a piece of paper she wrote with the first date and time she was going to meet her granddaughter. And she also scheduled intake for alcohol addiction counseling the same day. And I didn't see that until after she died. It was crazy. And then I realized that when my ex, because she hated my mother, pulled my visitation, illegally stopped me from seeing my granddaughter and my mom from seeing her just because she hated my mom, that I kind of killed my mother. She kind of gave up hope. And I realized I did the right decision. Like, I had to give my mom a reason to stop drinking. She had to have a reason to. So I'm living with Tori and her kids, and I'm still struggling with drinking. And like, the 11-year-old daughter, the youngest one, says, "You need to stop drinking. You need to stop drinking." And like, I'm like, I know it's hard. I just fucking can't do it. She's like, "You want me to help you? I'll help you." And I was like, "If you can, please." And this little girl did it. She followed me to the store all the time. She said some vicious ass shit, which I thought was hilarious, and I needed it. Like, "Oh, I guess you want to end up in a box like your mom." I was like, damn, that is some true shit. Her mom's like, "Don't be rude, Kira." I was like, no, keep being rude. I need it. Just say more. She went on to say stuff like, "Okay, do you want to be in your own box or the same box? We could mix you guys together." I was like, oh my god, that's so funny. But it shouldn't be, but it's true. And, on the bad days, she would follow me to the store and stand in front of the beer cooler and just not move. Just not move. She was serious. And I remember when I tried to stop my mom from drinking the same way, and she just got mad at me and punished me and said, "Oh, adults can do what they want. Don't get in my business." I remembered that, and I remembered how hopeless I felt when my mom started drinking, and she just shut me down because she didn't really care what I thought. So I made sure not to do that. I never hesitated to tell her, "Thank you. I appreciate you. Keep doing it. It sucks that I need it." And I haven't drank in 6 months, and I don't really want to anymore. I lost my taste for it, and I hope the taste for it stays gone. And she always brags, "I stopped Jacob from drinking. It was me. I helped him. I did it." And I'm like, yeah, you did. Be proud of it. Stay proud of it. And that's the power that we have when we don't shut children down for talking or like speaking their mind or devalue them because they're kids. Honestly, most of the time, kids have went through less shit, so that makes them smarter. People use their trauma and their wounds to give them, what's the word? Special privilege, or feel like they're entitled to do certain things, or like they can't recover. Some people even use their trauma like a badge, like Johnny did. Like, I remember when he was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, when he tried to kill himself and wanted people to hunt him down and find him because it was a game and he wouldn't die. And he held his little psych board bracelet up and said he seemed proud of it, like it was a badge, or like he was so wounded and sick people should feel sorry for him. I was like, no, that doesn't give you value or make you better. In fact, it doesn't. Our wounds and our past trauma, they're only there for us to overcome. They don't give you any value. Overcoming them gives you value. Not letting them define you gives you value most of all. And, it took a little bit. It took a couple months of me drinking a little bit every here and there but everything that little girl said to me, it always played back in my head. Before it clicked that I stopped, I'd stand in the gas station for like 20 minutes at the beer cooler thinking about all the shit that girl said to me. And I was like, this is working. This is working. And see, somebody didn't threaten to take something away from me that I loved. Instead, I had things I loved right there waiting for me to go to them. And that's how you help people that have issues, not the other way around. In fact, I saw my ex, my baby mama. I hate that term, baby mama. My ex-girlfriend that has mothered my children. We saw her at the mall, and Kira was like, "Oh, there she is. I gotta go give her a piece of my mind." I almost wanted to let her do it, and I was like, No. Just save it for court and when it actually happens. But through my trauma and my hardships, I found people that are my family that are never gonna go anywhere, that are just irreplaceable to me, and through that love, I got rid of most of my issues. I mean, the only downside is little Kira likes to climb on me and let me carry her everywhere. God, the neighborhood always sees me as that guy carrying the 11-year-old girl. Like, oh, talk about Jake Taxi, huh? Jesus Christ, how things come full circle. And people that do bad things and use others usually always end up in the same place, with all their shit in a car, going to some unknown location, not knowing where they're going to live. Just like Evil Stripper and just like Johnny. I still hope he's doing better, and even Evil Stripper too. I hope they're both doing better. I hope they get better, because their situations will improve as soon as their hearts improve. That's just the way it works. Okay, I think I got everything out I wanted to, and I'm glad I waited a while to finish this podcast. I guess I had to let that 8 months of sobriety play out, and I'm glad I got to share it. So now I'm going to try to record more podcasts about general things, AA. Like I said, at this point, I'm halfway through AA, making the whole thing. And it's just a gargantuan project. There's so many scenes. It's so long, but I'm doing it. And probably because I have a comfortable environment now, I'm able to work. I'm not always stressed about evil strippers killing my cats. Ugh. Or rants. I hate rant. I own a house. That's so great. So my closing advice is people like the evil stripper that are gaslighters and will, manipulate you and try to use you and twist your own emotions and thoughts. But when you meet somebody and you have any kind of uncomfortable feeling about them, it's always safe to, instead of speaking, do a lot of watching, do a lot of listening first. It's always safe to do that first. You'll be surprised what people say and reveal about themselves just because they think you're not listening or because they think you're stupid. It's a power. Okay, guys, take it easy. Until next time.